Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will talk about attenuation in ultrasound. Maybe you are wondering why ultrasound images get darker the deeper you scan. That's because of attenuation. Now let us define what is attenuation. This refers to the gradual loss of energy of the ultrasound wave as it travels through the body. Just simply put, the deeper the wave travels, the weaker it becomes. You have to remember that as depth increases, amplitude decreases, signal becomes weaker, and image may appear darker. What really happens to the wave? The main thing that changes is the amplitude. As ultrasound travels deeper, the wave loses energy and the returning echoes are weaker. This is why deeper structures may look darker and be harder to visualize. In terms of ultrasound, attenuation actually happens because of three main processes. First is because of absorption. This is the most important and the primary cause of attenuation. In here, sound energy is converted into heat. This process happens in all tissues, especially when we increase the frequency. So this is considered to be the major reason for the energy lost. The next process that affects attenuation is scattering. This occurs when sound waves hit small or irregular structures. As a result, sound is redirected in multiple directions. Only some returns to the probe, and this eventually reduces signal strength. The next process is reflection. Some energy is also lost due to this process. And remember, not all sound returns. Some continues deeper and some is reflected away. Now, let us also talk about the relationship of frequency and attenuation. And this one is a very important ARDMS concept. Remember, the higher the frequency, the more attenuation. It means that high frequency gives better resolution but less penetration. It means that if the wave is still in the superficial area, there is already a significant amount of attenuation. And for low frequency, the deeper the penetration, but there will be lower resolution. This is the reason why linear probes, which has high frequency, is used for superficial imaging, and curvilinear probes, which we all know have low frequency, are used for deeper organs. So attenuation directly affects image quality, and with that, deeper structures appear darker, signal-to-noise ratio decreases, and image clarity is also reduced. So how do we compensate in ultrasound? We use time gain compensation or TGC. This is used to amplify deeper echoes so that superficial and deep structures appear balanced. And this is different with the overall gain function because its task is to adjust the overall brightness. By the way, if this video is moving too fast, you can freely pause whenever you want to read the facts that I have included in each slide. So now I want to give you some clinical examples. So the first one is fluid. We all know that it has low attenuation. That's why it appears dark or anechoic in ultrasound. It allows sound to pass easily and causes enhancement behind it. Another clinical example is bone, which we all know has high attenuation. It absorbs or reflects sound easily and also creates shadowing. And lastly, we have air, which has very high attenuation. So sound is scattered in different directions, giving us poor image quality. So always remember these facts. Attenuation increases with frequency. Absorption is the main cause. And also remember, the deeper the structure, the weaker the signal. And to compensate attenuation, we use time gain compensation or TGC. So for you to not forget, let's quickly summarize what we have learned for today. First, attenuation is the loss of sound energy. It is mainly caused by absorption, scattering, and reflection. This increases with depth and frequency, and it affects image brightness and quality. So again, if you are studying ultrasound physics or preparing for your upcoming ARDMS exam, Follow this channel for simple and high-yield explanations. Bye and have a nice day!